right, man. Cheers.
Cheers.
So speaking of Victoria's Secret, will I be able to see your Victoria's Secret later on today?
I haven't had it, and she's kind of throwing it at me. It's like, because I'm not gonna be that guy.
Why don't you call the girlfriend?
Oh, because the first thing they say is like, "Oh, you've always been too good for him. He ain't shit. He's a piece of shit. He's this."
Oh, you know when a guy's...
Absolutely. I mean, I've actually gotten out on a hike with somebody and been like, "Wow, you don't do this. You're really out of shape."
Thank you guys for listening to the Men Don't Know podcast. I am the man of many friends, your host and creator, Chris Boone. And here on the podcast, we talk with a bunch of guys and we ask a bunch of women questions over wine and cocktails. First and foremost, I want to thank everybody for listening. Whether you listen to it on Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or you downloaded that Men Don't Know podcast app, I can't thank you enough. And once again, download the app so that way you can hear from where we started to where we are at now, as well as merch store is open. But hit me up on Instagram at Men Don't Know, Twitter at Men Don't Know 1, shoot me an email, Chris at mendontknow.com, or hop on the mendontknow.com website and send me a message. Coy, my guy, how we living?
What's up, man?
Not much, man.
Feels like a while.
It has been. You know, we missed. They had the painter here, and no, not the Irishman, but I had the painter here to, do some work.
Yeah.
So we had to miss a day. But we back. How you living?
I'm great, man.
All right. Question of the day, and let's get into it. Let me ask you this, and I feel like you might know a couple. I think I really, you do know a couple. Do you think a well-off woman, and I'm talking about single, let's just say single, she's doing very well for herself, high and over six figures.
Yeah.
So she doesn't really need anybody. Do you think she needs a man well-off or a man that is producing the same level that she is? What do you think a woman at that stature, of course she's been on the dates.
Right.
Usually, after, when they, not to say it's, I don't want to say it's like they're going to hit that stride at early 20s, but they could hit it mid 20s, Let's just say anybody hitting six figures, let's just call it mid 20s, early to late 30s. Let's call it like that. They've been around the dating scene, of course. Do you think they want a guy that's well off?
At least a guy who's trying to be well off.
Okay.
Like a busy guy, a guy working, a guy attaining his goals.
Okay.
He might not be there, but if she sees that he's a good guy, clicks with him, sees a potential in him, then because like it would be kind of, I don't know what the word is, but I want to meet a person who makes exactly the same money as me, and as long as the guy's attaining what he is going for, then I think she would be okay with it.
I'm gonna hold mine off, and let's get to a girl, and let's see if my girl pick up. She's still up. Different time zones.
Hello.
Hey, how we doing?
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm amazing.
Good.
I'm here with Coy. Coy, say what's up to Sarah.
Hey, what's up, Sarah?
Hey, Coy.
I know it's a different
How are
time.
you?
We're good. I know it's a different
just
time
wake
zone.
up?
Are you waking up? You half asleep?
No. I'm awake.
All right. So, question today. You are a woman that I will say is very independent and very successful because of the work you've put in. Like, I've literally saw you.
Oh yeah.
I've literally saw your business grow from where you started and where we met.
Yeah, you've been there since the beginning.
Yeah. So, and to see
a little baby girl.
Yeah, I mean, something like that. But to see where you are at now, I deem you successful, very you have high. I would think you're high standard. I would put you in the mogul range. I'm not trying. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Seeing what you have done and what you've become and the brand that you have built, you are there. So my question to you and I'm pretty sure a lot of guys want to know. Being as successful of a woman as you are, and what type of man are you looking for? Yeah, and I know it's such a broad, generic statement, but I mean, let me ask you, and I'll give you some couple beat around questions that guys think that some of women of your stature and level want. They think you want a guy that, drives, a 6-figure car, makes, 6-7 figures. He's already at the pinnacle of, he's at the height of his success. Is that the type of men you're looking for?
Well, I guess I still am trying to figure that out too, because to me, it doesn't matter how much money he makes. It just has to be enough to where it's like, he doesn't feel insecure next to me, but like also he doesn't feel like, like I'm his sugar mama.
Okay. Is that 100%. Is that one of the
but
problems?
Like, I feel like the problem is, like, if you try to date a guy that makes less money than you, they feel less than you or insecure, inferior, whatever their little ego issues are. Mm. So then they like get some type of way because you make more money. But then, like, if they make less money, they also, it's like you have a little boy, and it's like, okay, come on now.
Okay.
But like if they make him, but then a lot of times the guys that make the same money as me or more money than me, they're also the same type of guys that I'm not into, because they're fucking like got these big old egos and they act like they're the shit and they're not really that deep.
Okay, so let me run a couple scenarios down for you. Say you meet a guy, let's just say he's making $65,000 a year. You feel like that's you're in agreement, Coy? 65,000, 70,000
is what? What are you asking?
Do you think that's a good?
I think that's a respectable salary. I would say.
There you go. I like her words. I like her choice of words. Absolutely. Very respectable salary, and he has his ambitions and goals, and he has a plan. But
then he's totally cool for me.
Okay, and the one thing,
if he's ambitious, if he's a hustler, if I come home and he's not just sitting on his phone piddling around like a ding dong, then he's for me. If he has ambition and like I need to. For me, it's more about the grind. Like, if you're like on your shit and you're like hustling and you're like, you got like side hustles and you got other shit that you're working on, then that's cool with me. But like, it's like these guys that just are like, I'm making 65 a year. I'm good. I'm gonna come home and pedal around and like fucking whatever. It's like, okay, that's not for me. Because I'm literally working 24/7.
Wow.
So,
and then they're like trying to show me fucking dog videos, and I'm like, dude, I'm fucking working right now.
Dog videos are fun.
Coy, come on now. Okay, so that's what it is. I mean, so even if
but like if he's making like this isn't for me. Like if you are a dude, like honestly, I've realized lately I need like a guy that's like a contractor or like a guy that like does something that's like useful. Like if you're a guy that like fucking makes 65 a year, but I come home and I'm like, hey babe, like this fucking shower's broken, and he's like, I got you, boo, and he fixed it. Or I'm like, hey babe, can you like hang these shelves in the garage, or can you fucking transform this closet? And he's like, yeah boo, I got you. Like I'm like, okay, hell yeah, that's hot. You know what I mean? Like if I come home and I'm like, hey, can you change this light bulb? And he's like, yeah, let me Google that or call somebody. And you're like, okay, you're useless.
Oh, okay. So you need someone that's also good with their hands and creative.
Yeah, or someone that like they also are like useful. Like they're not just like there.
No. That makes sense. That makes sense because for you, it's not
or
about...
I guess maybe they can like invest my money or something. But like I'm starting to realize guys that are into like in the financial world are just like fucking, they're useless for me. Oh, okay. I have a financial advisor. I have a fucking accountant. I don't fucking do that shit.
Damn. Okay, so now
I'd rather you be able to fucking fix a hole in my wall, or to teach me how to fix something, or like.
Okay.
I don't even know how to explain it, but like,
let me ask you this. 60K a year, works a 9 to 5, but has, building his side business. But when you come home, the laundry's done, the house is clean, and dinner is made, and your lunch is packed.
Creme de la creme.
Oh, okay. So you need okay. See, so your love language, your love language is acts of
physically
service.
Also.
Yeah.
So you got to be financially okay and be able to do something with your hands.
Yeah.
I feel like it didn't used to be, but now it's evolved. Now that like I don't have time, you know what I mean? It used to be quality of time when it just depends like who you date, because like you date someone that doesn't have any time, then quality of time becomes like the most important thing.
Ooh, okay. Huh? Go ahead, Queen. Go ahead. No. We here listening. We are here listening.
No, like like if they're, but then if they have all the time in the world, then their time isn't as valuable.
Right. So that's when acts of service comes in.
Yeah. Because my time is super, super valuable.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. See, Koi? I think because a lot of guys may be looking, some guys may look at you and it's like, she's way out of my league. And I think that's what
Right, but it's not even like that.
I know, but that's what a lot of guys...
I probably am, but,
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of guys look at women of your caliber and think, and she's out of my league. When he could be actually the perfect guy for you.
Right. Like, just because you don't make as much money as me doesn't mean you're out of my league. Yeah. However, you got to bring something else to the table. You can't just be
I made this fucking table. Like, you'd be like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, you ain't piddling around on the table. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah.
You better not be leaving a little glass
throw money at all the problems.
Yeah.
Can't just throw money at all the problems.
Coaster on the table. No water.
Yeah, don't be leaving no ring around the table. You know what I'm saying?
Unless you're cleaning it. What if he's cleaning, doing the dishes, laundry? He's that guy where he is making sure.
Oh yeah. Oh, if he's on the lockdown, then hell yeah.
Swiss Army knife guy.
Yeah. Many tools.
Instead of calling Grubhub.
Yeah, no, I would love that. If I come home and he's got a glass of wine in his hand, he's like got everything set. The house is clean, laundry clean.
Boom.
Get my outfit picked out for the next day. I'll be like, okay, hello.
Laundry done.
So she'll appreciate cooking instead of the Uber Eats.
Yeah.
Wait, listen, Landon's sitting here listening to me, and he's like shaking his head like that ain't never gonna happen.
Damn.
That's my 14-year-old son.
Damn. He's
learning young.
Who are you talking to? What fantasy world you living in, girl?
Mom, you're talking about a unicorn. We don't have those.
Yeah. Exactly. Mama has high expectations.
That's good. That's good. All right, I'm gonna let you go. I appreciate you as always.
All right, I love you.
Love you too. Later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Man, I mean, Coy, we're gonna go one more and then we'll get into my breakdown. Where is she? Here we go. Here we go.
Hello.
Hey, E, what up? Hello?
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. You're not home?
No, I'm in the car right now.
Oh, okay. Don't say where you're at. I'm here with Coy. So what's up to E?
What's up, E?
What's up, Coy? How are you?
Good.
All right. So question of the evening, and I called you, and I'm going to give you your flowers first, because I feel like you are of, you're that level of alpha woman. You are in a level where a man may call you a mogul. A man will call you, a leader of the pack because of the stature and the your job title and, what you bring to the table, because you bring the table, the house, you bring everything. And it's not the need of a man, but the want.
Well, I appreciate that compliment, because that's a huge, humbly, that's a huge compliment. So thank you.
Oh no, 100%. I mean, I feel like, and don't take this as a slight. I feel like when a man looks at you, he feels like she's out of my league. Now,
you know, it's funny you say that because I feel like if people are intimidated by me, and it's definitely a blessing and a curse. Like, obviously, you know, you work hard because you want to have success, and you do want to be able to take care of yours and bring everything that you can to the table in a relationship. But it hasn't worked really in, I would say, in major favor in like personal romantic relationships.
is it the insecurities of a man?
I think let me first take my responsibility. I think when I was like younger, Erica, so let's say 28, I definitely had to learn that there is a difference between, like, you can be a strong woman, but still be like soft and feminine, right? So, and it's very, like, you have to, even though you're a strong, independent, successful woman, you still have to let a man be a man. Because you can't say, I want a strong man, if you're not going to let him be a strong man. So that was definitely like a learning curve in life. I'll take my part in that. But on the flip side, yes, there's been more relationships than not, if not most, where for the same reason that men like me and respect me and like I excite them, also becomes what I think there is a little bit of a, like, I don't know if it's ego or insecurity, but it seems to be a lot to handle.
Okay. Now let's break it down and let me ask you, what do you want from a man? Is the man, and I'm going to give you the criteria real quick so that way you can understand. He makes $60K a year, 60 to 70K a year, works a 9 to 5, has ambition and goals, a plan, and, you know, he's working on his own. Let's just say that's all he does. But what he does do is make sure that he makes time for you. And not when he has time, but he makes himself available for your free time.
There's no issue at all. Like, hands down, that is all you could ask for in somebody. And I would have no issue with that. You see, so, like, as a successful individual, man or woman, do I think that you have to, you want or need to be with someone else that is successful? No. But the issue arises, I think, because for a long time I said, you know, I don't need to be with someone that is successful, because whatever I need and whatever we need, I can bring to the table, right? Like, damn. I just need, as long as you make me happy. Damn. And
shit. Corey, go ahead.
Yeah, but listen, that's not a really good stance to take, right? Because I'll tell you where you thought when you say that it's not great. So, like, my thing was, like, as long as you make me happy and I love you and you love me and, like, we hold each other down, like, you know, there's that, like, moral support and love and partnership, I'm all good. Where that becomes an issue is, even though I don't need you to be successful, I think there starts to be, as a woman, you want your man to have ambition. You want your man to be fulfilled. You want him to have a purpose and a why every day that he wakes up to do whatever he does. And so I will say that their love is not everything. And, you know, it definitely doesn't pay the bills, but it also doesn't keep a man and a woman in a happy relationship, because other things do come into play. And so where I don't need a man to be successful, and you explained it perfectly in your, the criteria that you're saying, would you be okay with this? If you have ambition and drive and you are really just a whole happy individual and you have purpose in life, then absolutely you can make $60,000 a year, and I mean, everything will be gravy. Absolutely no issue with that.
I like that. Okay, so now the question is your love language quality time or acts of service? It's always a tough one for a woman of your level.
Well, one of my love languages for sure is physical touch.
Okay.
And I don't really know if it's so much like quality time, because I just have so much going on. When it's not work, it's me being a mom. And so sometimes quality time for me is like alone time, like I just want to shut it all off. So I definitely wouldn't say that one of my love languages is a lot of quality time.
Wait. I think that's where your people misunderstand and misconstrued what quality time means. I think the idea of quality times is I get to see her X amount of time. I get to see her, 2 times a week because that's our quality time. I think people don't understand quality times means it is not the hours and minutes of the day of us being together. It is the actual feeling of us still being connected while we're apart.
Oh,
in
100%.
Certain situations. Not to say that it doesn't mean that we don't want to see each other, but on these long stints, I still feel like you're next to me.
That's extremely important. So with that said, mine would be quality time and physical touch.
I definitely could see that. I mean, I think every guy that sees a woman and, 9 times out of 10, there's always a guy that's going to see a woman and say, damn, she's out of my league. And depending on the setting and, what you're doing and the situation, a lot of times men feel like, and it's not just you, I've realized over, the past months that a lot of the women that I have around me and that I call on are alpha women. Like they all are like pack leaders. But at the same time, the craziest part about that is you all are single. And it behooves
Does it go hand
me.
to hand?
I think it, my sister, you.
There's a really
Sarah,
fine.
like I could keep naming names like to the end of time, but a lot of you women are pack leaders, and it drives me insane trying to figure out why you ladies are single.
I'll tell you what. I will tell you from my experience, and you probably, knowing all these women, you probably might agree with me, is because we're the only thing I haven't been successful at in life is like the one thing that I wanted more than anything. I have been able, like I've been on my own since I was 16 years old. I, against all odds, lived on my own that young, supported myself, made my own career. And the only thing that I haven't been able to make work and fix was my family with my son's father. And it made me realize that I've always been able to make everything work and make everything better and make the best out of anything. But the one thing that's because that only involved me doing those things and making those things work. But when you add in another person, you don't have any control of someone else. So as strong women, we pick people that are oftentimes fixers or unavailable, or I think as strong women, we attract, you may say like men look at us like, damn, she's out of our league. But you know who doesn't say that? The dude that wants us to take care of them and fix them. Like, no, mama, come here. Like, love me. And something in us sees whatever potential in that. And so we don't pick the right men, and the broken ones are attracted to us because we're so strong, and the good ones are intimidated of us or intimidated by us because we're so strong. And then, you know, there's probably the handful of good guys that we did get. And I'm telling you, you have to know when it is you can be strong to a fault. And it's such a big lesson, I think, for every strong woman, successful woman. Like, you just have to know when to fall back in a relationship and when to fall back and let a man be a man. And even when you can do it, even when you do got it, like, a man needs to feel like a man. And that is...
Now we here for you. We here for you. We are champion everything you say. Go ahead.
So, I mean, there's just, I really do think that a lot of the reason that the women that you know are single is that we picked the wrong guys, and the ones that will come to us are the ones that need something and they see that we got it. And the good guys were probably just intimidated, you know?
I think all, and I got this quote sent to me by one of my other friends, and of course she's single. But she was like, damn, all women ever want is effort. I was like, shit. Like, is it really that fucking simple for a guy? Like, effort. That's all you women really want.
I don't think it's as easy as one word. I think that is a big part of it. But listen, guys, let's be honest. Men say the same thing. Like, your girl may start, you know, your girl may be like the throw goat in the beginning, and then all of a sudden she doesn't want anything to do with it. Like, you know, like, everybody, effort is, I think the real thing is consistent effort. People put effort in the beginning and then it falls off, and that goes on both sides. Yeah. Is that all women want is effort? I mean, that I don't think that we're as complicated as men make it out to be. Definitely not like the type of women that you're asking about either. Like, when we can do everything for ourselves, what do we really want? That is when it becomes really watered down. Like, yeah, just effort. I mean, you know, just
this
show
girl,
up.
One of my homegirls, we got off the phone with her. She said she didn't care if she could just add value to her. You know, like she's so busy. If she came home and like he just made like a simple meal, or had a glass, you know, poured some wine for them, or like, I was just like, it's just the simplest of things that men can just completely fuck up.
Yeah, and that's true. I mean, I've heard people describe effort in that way. Like, you don't, like, what do you bring, you know, to my life? Like, and that, again, that goes both ways. Yeah. Like, every relationship should bring something positive to your life. So I could see that. I mean, definitely, if you're not showing up bringing anything, then why are you here? You know? And then at that point, it just usually is because of what you want.
I agree. All right, we gotta go. But I appreciate you as always. We could probably talk forever, but we gotta go, and we can't thank you enough.
Appreciate you guys too.
All right, you take it easy. I'll text you later.
Okay, love. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye, Coy.
Have a good one.
Damn, Coy. I mean, yeah, there you have it. I mean,
Just
like I said,
add something.
Add something. Just what are they lacking, and be that. Be the missing piece. Like that, as you can see, money ain't. They don't care about money. I got that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you got to be secure enough in yourself where you're not worried. You're
cool with it.
Yeah, like
you need a ride to work. I got you.
Hey, sometimes. Hey, let me explain something to you. Sometimes it's having lunch with her every day at work. That shit mean a lot. You know, you don't realize that.
You want to make dinner? When you
Albert has lunch with his wife every day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
And there was a time where she went to work at a different location and they were moving, so they couldn't have lunch. And she, you know, I think she told him like the week after. She was like, "You want to know the craziest thing?" He's like, "What?" He was like, she was like, "I missed our lunch dates, and that means more to me than anything." And he was like, and it's something so simple.
Yeah.
And like, you know, and I was like, see, it's the simplest of things. And he does that because he knows like that just makes her day better.
Yeah.
And you
can also make sure no guys at work are trying to.
But not even that. all the girls at the office like envy that.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
Oh my gosh.
You know? First and foremost, I want to thank everybody for listening. Whether you're listening to it on Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or you downloaded that Men Don't Know podcast app, I can't thank y'all enough. Merch store is open, but as always, hit us up on Instagram at Men Don't Know, Twitter at Men Don't Know 1. Shoot me an email, Chris at mendontknow.com, or hop on the mendontknow.com website and shoot me a message. I can't thank y'all enough for rocking with me. Until next time, we out, Coy.
Speaking of Victoria's Secret, will I be able to see your Victoria's Secret later on today?
I haven't had it, and she kind of throwing it at me. It's like, nah, because I'm not gonna be that guy.
Why don't you call the girlfriend?
Oh, because the first thing they say is like, "Oh, you've always been too good for him. He ain't shit. He's a piece of shit. He's this."
Oh, you know when a guy's.
Absolutely. I mean, I've actually gotten out on a hike with somebody and been like, "Wow, you don't do this. You're really out of shape."